Sometimes we get stagnant because we feel like we have a lack of resources. Sometimes we get stuck because we look around and we don't see a way out. But one of the keys to problem solving is understanding the problem, understanding the issue, but not remaining there, but looking for solutions that are generally all around us. Sometimes we have more solutions than we can handle, but we're just not looking at the right thing. We're so focused on the storm that we don't see the way out, that we don't see the path that we're supposed to take. And sometimes that path doesn't look like everyone else's path. There's a point in the Bible where Samson was facing over 1,000 soldiers. And he looked all around him, and all he had that he could utilize was the jawbone of a donkey. And guess what? He picked it up and he went to work, and he slayed 1,000 soldiers with the jawbone of a donkey. He wasn't looking around stuck on his problem like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't have a spear. I don't have a sword. I don't have the body armor. He wasn't concerned with that. He said, what do I have? If this is what I have, then I'm going to use it to do what I need to do to survive this situation so I can get to the other side of it, because there's hope on the other side. There's promise on the other side, but you have to do something about the right now in order to get there. So what are you going to do about the right now? Don't stay stuck in your problem because you think you have a lack of resource. Make the resource, create the resource. And it's not going to look like everyone else will anticipate it to look like. You think people looked at Samson and was like, yeah, that's a great idea, Samson. Use the jawbone of that donkey and do what you got to do. Nobody said that. Nobody was thinking that. So sometimes you have to do things that even people are not expecting you to do, because that is what needs to happen in that moment. So stop being afraid to get rid of that fear, because if you got fear, then you ain't got no faith. So what are you going to do with your opportunity? Because you have an opportunity right now. It's about how do you maximize the resource that is around you in order to get unstuck from your situation so you can get to the other side, so you can get to the hope, so you can get to the promise. Because not all of us are without pain. Not all of us are without struggle. I understand that it doesn't look like you want it to look right now. I understand it doesn't look like the greatest of things right now. But if you just believe a little bit, if you just look around a little bit, if you just start finding solutions and stop focusing in on the problem so much, because when you do that, you just succumb to it. You become buried by the issue itself. And don't become buried by the issue, but step outside of that. Step into the hope, step into the promise. But in order to do that, you got to get out your situation. Look at the resources you have around and maximize them. Let's go.